Hello, my name is Jessica and welcome to my video. I run a small art business that specializes in fun and fandoms and all of that, as well as crocheting. So this is part 2, week 2 of my market prepping vlog series that I've been doing, even though I missed a week just because I didn't want them to get too repetitive, so I decided to wait until I was kind of moved on to the next thing a little bit, because I didn't think that I didn't want to do like, here's a video of me making dragons, here's a second video of me making even more dragons. That's just boring. So today, actually, I'm not market prepping, which is kind of funny because I opened this saying that this is part 2 of a market prepping video. So here's the deal. In 9 days, I will be at Anime Central in the Chicago area, and I'll be going with my friends. One of my friends decided today, so the convention is 9 days away, she wants to do a cosplay. So I'm helping her out with that, and that's what I'm doing today. So we're just gonna have like a very casual crafting day now, even though it's already 2:30. None of the stuff I have to do is so big that I think like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to get it done. Honestly, today, if I spend today honestly, today, if I just stay up, because like I usually do, we'll get it done. So, what are we doing? Here is a picture, right here, I guess, somewhere, of the character my friend is cosplaying today at ACEN. She doesn't know I'm gonna record any of this, but I don't think she'll care. And so for that, she needs the cat ears the character has made, as well as that little plushie made. I'm not crocheting the cat ears. I bought like faux fur and stuff to make those. I'm gonna start with just a rough idea of what I'm working with, so let's do a little supply rundown of what I'm gonna use to make this. I already had, actually, pink and white, Sweet Snuggles light, so these are like as close as I'm gonna get with, color-wise, with the amount of time we have, so I'm happy with it. Also didn't have to go out and buy them, which is nice. I did have to go out and buy, because when you look at the picture of the little thing, it doesn't, like, I can't use safety eyes on it, and I don't want to crochet them either, because I don't think it won't look the way I wanted it to. So, felt sheets, which I don't love using felt, but to get the result I want, we're gonna have to. The biggest challenge is gonna be with this one, as you saw when I sketched it out, the head on it is square, which is not something you see very often with crochet plushies or Ami. So, but I think I know how I can make it work. And then, like, it also has, like, shaping, but I think I'll probably just crochet, like, separate little cones and sew them on to get the, like, cat face shape. So, I'm gonna start working on it, and hopefully I end up not having to, take it apart a whole ton of times. I'll probably have to take it apart a couple of times. I'm gonna use a 5mm hook. That sounds good to me. So let's get working on it, right? Let's see how this center pull's gonna go. Oh no, not good. Oh wait. Oh, that wasn't that bad. Was it? Where is the... Oh no. Ah. That's the outside end. That's helpful though. I made it way too big because I forgot that this is not just a regular, like, display plush. This is for a cosplay, so it needs to be able to not take up a ton of space. So yay, I get to frog all of this and hope the yarn doesn't end up too ratty to use. But yeah, my idea is definitely working the way that I wanted it to. I basically just crocheted a flat rectangle and then built up the sides, and it looked good and how I wanted it to, but it's just way too big, so a restart is in order. I'll probably have to cake up this yarn because that is a lot of it to just let sit on the floor or whatever. I'm also covered in fuzz, as happens with this type of yarn. There's the end. Anyway, y'all want to watch the yarn winder? Why not? Last time I used this thing, it got stuck to my desk and it took me like an hour to get it off. I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. So I have almost finished the headpiece, but I wanted to show it. I have one thing left to do to it, aside from like putting the face and stuff on it. Here's what it looks like. Probably looking at this saying, what the hell is that? That's not a plushie head. I promise it will be. Looks like a little bag right now, but I'm gonna sew this piece down and it'll have the right shape that I want it to. I promise. I promise it'll work. So I need to sew this real quick and then we will move on to the body. Luckily frogging it didn't affect the softness of the yarn too much. I'm so sorry about how bright this is, but the only lighting I have right now, because I don't have like a ring light, or at least I can't find the one that I had, is just my window, and I obviously can't control how bright it is outside, so this is just gonna be like neon on my camera for now. But yeah, I definitely think as far as freehanding something goes, this is probably the best I was gonna be able to do with the amount of time that I have to do this, because the event is in 9 days, and also I have to prep for a market that's the next weekend, so yeah, I'm definitely okay with it. It needs ears to go on as well, but I'm gonna stuff and sew this now, and I am very tiny for some reason. That's fine. I'm gonna stuff and sew this now, and then work on the ears, because I want to finish the whole headpiece first, and then do the body and legs and arms and tail. a sew. I almost forgot to stuff it. That would have been awkward. Alright, here is our headpiece. I left this is the same tail that I sewed the top together with, because I'd like to use it to sew the body on if I can. But here it is. It's a square for sure. We need to make ears now, so that's what I'm gonna do. I left it pretty squishy because that's how I like them. Not so squishy that they'll like get stuck, but squishy enough to squish. Yeah. It's relatively seamless. Like, you can see it where I sewed it, but not, like, it's not so big of a deal that it's gonna, like, bother anybody. At least it's not gonna bother me. I don't think that she'll even notice, so this is gonna get set aside, and I'm gonna do the ears now, which I already have a pattern for. Like, I already know how to do, so this should not take long at all. Okay, so it's much later now, but I have a few minutes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and talk to the camera again. I finished both the things I was making for ACEN for my friend. So since I talked about them, I'll show them. Here are the little ears. They're not like anything crazy. They'll work for what she wanted. We still have to attach them to a however she wants to attach them. But anyway, the actual fun thing was her plush, which is done. I said I was gonna do like the shaping on like the cheeks to make like the little like tufts of fur or whatever, but I'm not going to, at least not right now, maybe later. But yeah, here it is, all done. I'm relatively happy with it. As you can see, my desk is a huge mess now from making all that stuff, but she really likes it, so I'm happy with it. I also figured out how to do needle felting on crochet to get the stuff to look better. So yeah, I'm definitely happy with this. Especially because she likes it a lot. It is bigger than I wanted, even though I talked about, I think, how I wanted to make it smaller. It still ended up fairly large, but I've kind of decided I'm okay with that because of, at the end of the day, she can keep it for like display purposes or whatever, not just for her outfit. So yeah, I'm definitely happy with this. I have to do more con prep now, but it's nothing new. I have to make another one of the really big jumbo dragons. I had to make the pink one because I got the rest of the stuff I needed to do that when I went to Michael's, which is what I'm gonna show you now. I'm at Michael's now. Hopefully they have what I came here for. If not, I'm gonna be really sad. Let's go. I have one last thing I'm gonna do for this one, which is, we're gonna finish up this guy. Really big, pink dragon, jumbo dragon, and after that, I am gonna be done for this week. So I hope you enjoyed, even though it was shorter and I don't feel like I got a whole lot done this week. because we kind of got derailed by my friend's cosplay, but that was all fun to do too, even though I really didn't record much about it, which is my fault. Sorry about that. I still had a lot of fun this week working on stuff, and I hope you had fun watching and hanging out while I did so. If you enjoyed, you can do all of the typical YouTube stuff, or you can check out my TikTok page or my Instagram page, both of which I am really working to post on more frequently. You can also check out my storefronts, which are both linked below the video. And if you are a fellow maker of things, I want to know what projects you're working on right now, because I'm looking for more stuff to make, whether it's knitting or crochet or something entirely different. I'm always looking to learn more stuff. So if you watch this far, thank you, and let me know, what have you been making recently. Again, thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you next week.